What's up, bro?
What's going on, brother?
How you doing? Good, man. How are you?
Not bad. This is my buddy Phil. This is Bud Conlon.
Phil?
It's a pleasure to meet
What's up, bro?
you,
How are you?
Lots of good shit about
Thank you, man.
Good
Good to see
view
you.
of real estate, man.
I don't know about that.
That's what I heard, man.
He wasn't going to be satisfied until you shared from your heart, and when you did, I was just like, yes, you know, because you had to get through the nerves.
I know.
And
Right.
get past you know.
Well, and then we always think people want to hear something real special or shiny or amazing, and I don't care about that. I just want to know where your heart lies. And I think in the world, most of the time, that's just what people really care about is where does your heart lie? And if you lead with your heart, man. Right? So that's why I was trying to pull that out of you. Because I knew I could see you when you walked out that it was there. Right? And so just, all right, forget about everybody here. Tell us from your heart.
Well, because I said to him, as soon as you answered it, he literally sat back in the chair and went, and then I think you even said something to that. That's what I wanted to hear. That's what I wanted to hear.
And that's what everybody wants to hear.
Well, thank you.
Awesome. And now you're off and rocking.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Good to see you.
Where's my You Can Survive shirt?
But hey, it's all good. It's all good. So we're here with Ryan. Ryan's going to be speaking tonight. You are the main speaker. What do they call that?
The keynote speaker.
Keynote. So just tell us a little bit about what you're going to share and why this event is important to you.
So I'm just going to share my heart. So I'm going to talk about my story for the last, my young career, obviously, to where I'm at today at 40. It's how I got here, some of the adversity I went through, how God helped me find my way, and really find balance in my life, and really to prioritize what's important in life, faith, family, friends, in that order, and just realize, obviously, when your life's out of balance, how it affects you personally and professionally.
And the people around you.
It does.
Right? Family.
It is.
You
So
know,
I'm just gonna share those stories.
we went on a faith journey together, and he had already had that foundation, but watching it come back out was awesome, right? And now he's leading so many people and doing great stuff, and I'm just proud to be his friend. And he's motivated me to do a lot, with the working out in the morning. So this is my 6 a.m. partner.
We have a lot of fun every morning.
Gosh.
We run around that gym. It's fun.
We have a lot of fun. It's fun. I love it.
Exactly. Love you too, brother.
So without further ado, would you guys welcome me to the stage, Ryan LaFontaine.
My story that I'm kind of vulnerably to share, really, it's about keeping your focus on God. It's about keeping your focus on what matters in life. And also, it's about what happens, obviously, when you don't. And I've learned that in my life, when life gets busy, which my life does. It gets very, very busy all the time. What can happen when you lose that focus? And even though I've had a strong faith from the beginning, obviously with my parents, always sitting here and making sure God was at the forefront, there's times that life just happens. And life takes you away from that. You don't realize it's happening because you're so caught up in everything that's going on. But it is. And that's what happens. And adversity comes. And we all get faced by adversity. And the things I'm going to share tonight or the things I'm going to walk through really is no different than a lot of people go through. But it's kind of my life journey as they asked me to kind of obviously talk through. So I got to start, as we talked about, is I prioritize my life completely with faith, family, friends. I get a call that Wednesday from the doctor, same physician assistant, saying, hey Ryan, you don't have to walk anymore. You don't, but you know what? Since you complained about that lump in your neck, we want to send you in for what's called a CT scan. So okay, no big deal. And I get a call, I don't recognize the number, so I don't pick it up at first, and then I just end my meeting, and I call it back. And it was the same assistant. And I could just hear a different tone in her voice, and she hands the voice to my main doctor. She said, Ryan, we saw something on the x-ray, or the CT scan, and we need you to go into a biopsy tomorrow. We think you have cancer. Every day I remind myself of that story. And every day I remind myself that, hey, when my life's getting out of balance, I gotta give it to God. I gotta change my focus. I gotta change my direction. I gotta change my priorities. I gotta sit here and make sure I'm focused on the things that I constantly preach in everything I do and every time I talk to my employees, families, or friends, each and every day. So people ask me, I say, I am rich. I'm rich in faith, I'm rich in family, and I'm rich in friends. At the end of the day, that's what matters. Everything else is just a secret.
Love you. Here, love you, brother. Great job. You crushed it.
Thank you.
You crushed it. That was
Love
so
you, man.
awesome.
Hey, it spoke from the
So
heart.
awesome. Oh, I know. Beautiful. Coming tomorrow?
What's tomorrow?
Gym.
Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow. And then we'll be here all day. I'll be here all day.
Love you. Great job.
Speak to
You're warm. Holy cow, I'm freezing because I got to pee so bad. Good job, bro.
Thank you. Thank you for always supporting this too.
Heck yeah.
Like having you, Ronnie, and Ryan like buy tickets.
Now we're being filmed. You know, without the
without the Wentworth group
tonight, all of this could not be possible.
Could not be possible.
This man.
The social media behind this man.
And we're not
Yes,
worthy.
might as
We're
well
not
start
worthy.
I'm going lower. ain't no pastor plowing to me. You gotta get the heck out of here.
Well, go. I thought you left an hour ago.
Oh, well, I went pee and then I got right here. It's baby steps.
What up?
Shot 2 socks.
What up? What up?
Should have been there last night.
I told you I couldn't.
Oh, man.
Come on. I told you I couldn't.
I know, but I'm just reminding you that you should have been. Is Ryan coming?
Yeah.
All right, well, he was coming early for a
To the
while.
best of my knowledge.
How you doing, Ryan? You did. I wasn't sure. You're sweating already. Morning, Walter.
Is she talking with Ray?
How are you? What?
Absolutely. Walter, you want to be in a movie?
A movie.
Oh, Grumpy or Old Men 3.
My motto is it's okay to suck, but it's not okay to skip. And that's gotten me here a lot of mornings.
Show up 20 minutes late, smell like Pop-Tarts and chocolate milk.
John, did Ken make it last night? Oh, I know.
I told you I wasn't going to be there.
It's funny how that works.
You tell me last minute. I told you I wouldn't
What were
be
you
there.
doing last night?
I trained until 6:30.
That wasn't until 7:30.
Get money, baby.
That's what mine was. We gotta get that taken care of.
That's why I'm in here.
Cadillac Buicks in my heart. You are #1.
We're gonna sell some cars today, boys!
Buy a Cadillac today. Your life just may depend on it.
Free stereos!
Get out of here.
Free stereo for a platinum purchaser.
Come with a free seatbelt.
Sacre de Macor, Les Tabernacle. All right, Jake, hit the off button. It's all fun and games. All I know is transformations don't happen in isolation. Good work.
Good work, brother. Good shit.
Appreciate the support.
Thanks for coming last night.
Really
Hey, I got you. Hey, thanks for the notice. Thanks for the notice.
Appreciate that.
5:30, he's calling me. He says, hey, I got a ticket for you. You got to be here at 6.
Actually, I told you at 6 in the morning.
Yeah, and the day before.
No, I didn't know the day
And you
before. I
live
knew
on
the
Facebook.
morning of.
And you live on Facebook.
You live in my world.
You pretend not to live on Facebook, but we all know the truth.
Every time I get on Facebook, all I see is John Wentworth went live. John Wentworth went live. John Wentworth's in the bathroom going live. John Wentworth walked through the hallways in his office going live.
That wasn't. Oh, watch my shoes.
John Wentworth's tying his shoes going live.
Wow. I don't even know where my keys or my feet are. Seriously, I don't know where my key is.
I remember you did that video with Mike where
Yeah.
you came down to the office.
Yeah.
And he was just telling me a story about you yesterday.
What'd he say?
He was just saying, so like me and Mike, I mean, we're always, PTP,
Right.
push the pace.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, when I walk in his office, he's like, John is a hammer. I'm like, what are you talking about? John's a hammer. He's like, well, put it this way. I texted John at 5:10. He goes, hey, I'm busy right now because he wanted to go see the house. He goes, John says, hey, I'm busy right now, but I'll have somebody there. Boom, text me back. We'll have somebody there at 5:30. I mean, Mike loves that.
Yeah,
Mike
well,
loves that,
that's
man.
how it should be.
Yeah,
I
amen.
mean, and that's the beauty of the team.
Yeah.
Like, I can't be everywhere at once.
Yeah.
And nobody can.
Yeah, I love that.
And if you think you can, then you're fooling yourself.
Yeah.
So you guys want to start making?
So yeah, that was awesome. So they went through all of them.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome,
yeah.
man. Thanks for saying hello.
So let's kind of identify this a little bit more. You're going to recognize external thinkers because They like to use stats. They like to say things like, 1 out of every 300 young adults are, and they like to use those because it makes them feel more comfortable. It makes them feel comfortable in their failure. It makes them feel like there's a community around that. Whereas internal thinkers, they're the opposite. They say, I heard there was this one. I heard 1 in 300. I could be that one. And that's the difference in that mentality. External thinkers, they make excuses for those failures. It is to make themselves feel better. Whereas internal thinkers, they're going to lean on those past wins to make themselves feel optimistic, even when the odds are against them.
John just asked, if you find yourself being external, basically, how is it that you get yourself into an internal mode? And if you are internal, how do you keep yourself as an internal mode?
I think that part of that is going back to that goal statement of understanding exactly what you want to do, which was the first thing on that bullet list. Identify clearly what you want to do. I don't mean to say it's so simple that once you've decided that everything else falls into place. I keep leaning on Ryan's talk from last night, but that's exactly, he said, once he had decided, largest dealership in the world, all other decision making starts to filter through that. When you really want something, and you're really committed to doing it, then people say things like, should we move to a larger facility? Should we do this? Should we take it? But what should we do with our credit lines? What should, like every single, what kind of marketing platform should you buy? You buy the big one. You buy the most you can afford to do. And I heard Phil Hagerman talk about this last year. When you're really committed to where you're going, you spend the money on the most expensive pharmacist, the most expensive tech you can find because you know clearly where you're going. And so really good question. And I guess the short again is, once you have that level of clarity and you can see it, smell it, taste it, describe it in your sleep, everything else just becomes pointless. It becomes things that you're not willing to tolerate doing. And John, to answer the second part of your question, which is, what is it, like how do you keep yourself in that mode? Again, it's the same thing. For me, it's like a couple years ago, I just decided that I wasn't willing to do anything that wasn't towards that goal.
So the 6 components of a great opportunity statement are these. Number 1 is, what do you believe? Number 2 is, why do you believe it? Number 3 is what you actually do. Number 4 is how you do it differently. Number 4 is how you do it differently. Number 5 is who you've done it for. And then lastly, asking for the business. Now, what separates this from the classic elevator pitch is an elevator pitch is there to pique interest. Guys, this is here to attract versus chase. I go into every first conversation as the buyer versus the seller. I'm interviewing you as much as you're interviewing me. Does that make sense?
All right, so that's what we're going to go through. We're going to talk about 7 digital marketing quick hits to 10x your business right now. Here they are. Number 1, no one cares about your stupid crap. Number 2, money follows value. Sometimes as a marketer, I say money follows perceived value. Talk about that. Number 3, you got to solve the right problem at the right time. Number 4, you have to do the math. Number 5, you have to fail fast. Number 6, please don't stop the bleeding. Number 7, you are dying and so is your business. Have a nice day. All right, I'm done. Thank you. All right, number 1, no one cares about your stupid crap. All right. As a marketer, I hate branders, right? So branding's important. You need both. You need marketing and branding. Branding is the boat and marketing is the engine. You can't have a business, at least one that scales or grows, without an engine, right? Here's the problem. Everybody thinks they're that. And they're really, how do I go backwards? They're really that. That's your problem. You spend all your time shining your yacht instead of building an engine. Okay? Doesn't matter what you think of your product or service. Doesn't matter what your mom thinks. Doesn't matter what Oprah thinks. It matters what your current and potential customers think. Got it? Like that's, if there's anything you take away or tweet or get a tattoo on, you should do that. Underline statement.
I mean, there's numerous people in this room that I've sat down with and I've asked advice because I may be really good at this and I may be really good at this, but there's about 30 things that I need help with, and we're surrounded by people that are much smarter than us, or at least in certain categories. So having a network of people you can sit down and feel comfortable enough to ask questions, ask for help in a very specific way, that's been the most helpful with me being a business owner in this community.
You know, and what's on the screen right now is talking about our grassroots marketing. Guys, I can't emphasize enough I mean, we spend, I won't even go, way too much in advertising. We spend a ton. The guy that was just up last night, I need to make sure I cut some of that stuff that I don't need for sure when it comes to social media. But when it comes to marketing, I will tell you, there is a statistic that 90% of people want to do business with people they know that are involved in the communities where they live. I want you to know that. Because the best advertising we do is giving of our time and giving of our heart. Thank you.
One more hug, of course, right? Ah, yeah, the background.
Hey gang, just leaving Vision Conference 2018. What an awesome event. And big shout out to Ryan LaFontaine, our keynote speaker. Ryan rocked it as he always does, right? Leading with his heart. That's what I love about that guy. You know, he operates his business from his heart the same way that I do. And it's just awesome. Ryan Maddock crushed it also. Did a very good job. Helped me understand that I'm an internal thinker, which is good. And at the same time, all the other guests were awesome. So big shout out to JD and that whole crew. Just, it was awesome. I had a lady come up to me and tell me how that I impacted her daughter at the Shark Tank. Man, that was so cool to hear that, you know, and it just reminded me what an impact that we have on people. Everybody has an impact on other people, and make sure it's a positive one, right? Be sure to like and subscribe, because the next vlog is going to be sick, and there's also hints that yours truly may be the keynote speaker next year, so we'll drop that knowledge soon. Peace out.